thought you were able to get all pages.
Yeah, this should be enough, right?
It should be enough.
I can manage.
Okay.
Okay. Shit. Maybe.
You guys just start.
It's on your phone.
over? Bring over the glasses.
Yeah, because it's 2 pages.
We have 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, we'll play it.
Maybe later.
Probably not.
Oh, you don't want to do it later?
Remember, skip the first.
No
Skip
first.
first.
Okay. So, are we still playing
Huh?
games?
I'm back.
Are we still
Are
playing
we
games?
out?
Do you want to play? Do you want to do? Or worry about it?
Should we ask them?
We have time.
We can
Okay, can you
ask.
just check the time?
It's we have 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Is your mom guard? Do you want us?
Mr. Baumgart? Mr. Baumgart? Should we do one more? Or
Can you do one more?
Okay, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Just like give it.
Alright, hold on.
Hold on, let me get my pages back.
We're gonna do the same pause, okay, at Totoro.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
Can't find my last page.
Our residents at the end. That was nice.
That was nice. That's always
So I
supposed
like a story to tell. Oh, our final thing. My instrument broke. I was telling you.
Hey guys, remember that one time at the solar center where Harry stripping? We got one more ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can stop us whenever. It's easy to stop whenever.
Yeah, we have, well, yeah. Go ahead, we got one more.
It's pretty long though. Is that fine?
It's kind of long. It's like 8 minutes long. Is that okay?
8 minutes long? That's not,
You can cut it off. That's
No, it's probably like 5.
It's like 5.
3, 4, 5 minutes.
We're supposed to start in 1 minute.
So,
According to that, we got 27 seconds.
okay. Do you want us to go then? It's up to you.
Let's just run Untitled Score one time. Let's just run Untitled Score one time.
Do you want us just to play in the meantime?
Yeah, if you guys can just play,
Okay.
yeah, that'd be great.
We'll stop it.
Just we can stop whenever.
Okay,
Let's go.
I'll cue you.
Thank you. stay for the ride? 'Cause all the views will be nice. Lend the stories that we'll tell our friends. We'll make him laugh until the party ends. Oh, won't you stay for the ride? It's do or die. Let's turn this 10 into 11 and make her jump to 7th heaven.
Great is probably my friends and the people I met along the way, because I think like over the last 2 months we were able to get closer because this is the last time we're all going to see each other and be the same area.
I'd say of all the 4 years, senior year has been the most like socially active. I've been hanging out with friends all year and it's really getting myself out there, meeting new people.
What made my high school experience was all the amazing people that I met and all the friends that I made, and being able to have an opportunity to be in a program like this.
My favorite memory was Ditch Day.
Class of 2025, this is your moment. Welcome to the 2025 East Vale STEM Academy Stole Ceremony. Tonight, we're celebrating you, all your accomplishments, all your memories, and your time here at eSTEM. We're so glad to have you here. To kick things off, please, welcome to the stage your Assistant Principal of East Vale STEM Academy, Mrs. Tara Brutain.
Thank you very much, and thank you to our saxophone quartet who played wonderfully for us. Yes. Yeah. Welcome to the Class of 2025 Senior Stole Ceremony at the East Vale STEM Academy. We have a lovely evening planned for you tonight to celebrate our bright and hardworking senior students. Our parents, guardians, family members, teachers, and staff members are so proud of the achievements, and we are here tonight to recognize each and every one of our students. We thank you for your continued support and partnership these last 4 years to ensure your students' success. To begin our evening of celebration and recognition, Max Wagner will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If you could please stand.
Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Please remain standing with your hand over your heart for the national anthem. Please be seated.
Suryano, Chandirano, Yarivano, Saturn Solu, Sera Pandya, Suran, Mivano, Solu, Saturn Solu, Suryano, Chandirano, Yarivano, Saturn Solu, Sera Pandya, Suran, Mivano, Solu, Saturn Solu, Maradi, Paradi, Yaradi, Ivano, Paradi, Silver, Karadi, Ivano, Kuradi, Yaradi, Ivano, Kesare, Pastor, Susan, Ivano.
Hey, Bale Laka, Sale, Tuka, Madu, Laka, Madu, Suka, Tiru, Chika, Tiru, Ladika. Hey, Bale Laka, Otu, Mata, Maga, Laka, Anda, Vanda, Tenu, Madu, America. Kaviri, Arum, Kai, Kutarare, Sium, Maru, Tenpoguma. Oh, Tavari, Pen, Galum, Dota, Via, Pare, Galum, Taru, Tenpoguma. Namakara sumedu, kamakara kara sakadu, seminale coratoradu, ay, bale laka, sale, tuka, madu, laka, madu, suka, tiru, chika, tiru, tariga, ay, bale laka, otu, mota, maga, laka, ana, vanda, tamu, nadu, America. Oh, I, Kaviri, Arum, Kai, Kutarare, Sium, Maru, Tenpoguma. Oh, Tavari, Pen, Galum, Tata, Dia, Pari, Galum, Taru, Tenpoguma. Namakara, Sumedu, Kamakara, Kara, Sakadu, Seminali, Coratoradu. Ay, Sariguru, Adia, Matari, Pada, Potia, Pull, let me sort of, Udikira, Pari,
And now, please welcome to the stage your Director of East Vale STEM Academy, Mrs. Kelly Howell.
I'm surprised they made a mistake at all. If you know our students, right? They're so goal-driven and they've done a phenomenal job tonight. This is all of our students. This setup, this is not us. This is the students. So just so you know, they run the house here. And I just have to give a shameless plug. I want to thank our parent boosters over here. They have some complimentary coffee for you and some water for cash sale for $1. All of your participation in parent boosters, because some of you aren't done yet. Some of you I know have students still coming through, another student coming up through us. Please join our parent boosters and support them because they support us and they're foundational to us doing a good job here for our students. All right, so thank you. Yes, look at, give them a round of applause. They donate their time. Thank you. All right, good evening. Welcome to our eSTEM Stole ceremony, and thank you so much, everybody, for joining us in the celebration today. Today, we gather to celebrate the outstanding achievements of our senior class and to honor the journey they have undertaken here. First and foremost, I want to give a heartfelt thank you to the Madrigals and the Varsity Women's Ensemble for their beautiful vocal performances that opened our event. They're pretty phenomenal, and their talent and dedication sets the perfect tone for this evening every year, and you can tell they put a lot of work into it. So students, thank you. We are honored to have some distinguished guests tonight with us. Please join me in recognizing Corona Norco Unified School District Board President, Mr. Chris Garahaga, and our Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services, Dr. Jeremy Goins. Your unwavering leadership, gentlemen, and support have been instrumental to our growth over the years from the foundational years. And the behind-the-scenes efforts in curriculum, financial support, listening as we go through growing pains as a new program has really set us on a good course. So thank you for everything you've done for our students and us. All right. Speaking of the foundation of which we were built, this school thrives because of the unwavering dedication of one group in particular, our teachers. They're all around this building right now. They helped welcome you in. They pour their hearts and souls into their work, serving not only as curriculum experts, they're here on the weekends, over the holidays. They're the high five at the door. They're the coach on the sidelines. And they're the relentless supporters of our students. And you guys know that since you've been here for 4 years with us. In all honesty, the teacher's jobs comes with many responsibilities to balance. And at the end of as the end of the year approaches, it takes a little extra fairy dust in the form of coffee and a lot of camaraderie to pull it through. So as the director, I want you to know that what you do here is not typical. This is not a normal place. You all are here every day making a difference in lives, and you go over and beyond. So thank you, teachers. Okay. All right, parents, guardians, and families, thank you also for entrusting us with your students over these past 4 years. You've sent us remarkable young adults. The strengths and virtues I see in every member of our senior class are a testament to the work you've done over these past 18 years. I'm humbled and honored to be with you tonight. And now to the most important people in the room, our seniors up on the second floor. You are our why. You are the reason we are proud. Over the past 4 years, I've watched you work relentlessly to achieve your goals. You exceed our expectations, and you have developed into leaders. Your journey in STEM has been remarkable, but it's your values and your morals that truly change the world. You possess knowledge to innovate, but the character will lead you with integrity and compassion. As you step into the next chapter of your lives, remember that being a leader in STEM is not just about what you know, but about how you use the knowledge to make a positive impact on our world. Your dedication, resilience, and ethical grounding will guide you as you tackle the challenges of tomorrow. Tonight we celebrate your achievements and look forward with great anticipation to the future you will create. Congratulations, seniors. We look forward to you making your dreams come true. Our board member? I'm waiting for the automated.
Hands together for CNUSD Board President Chris Rahaga.
All right. I feel like I was walking up to the Emmys or some sort of award ceremony. That was impressive. Can we just give a round of applause to our director here, Miss Howell? I know she went through and thanked everybody else already, but many times I live right down the street. Many times I drive down past the STEM building on a weekend or late at night, and I know Miss Howell is here. I know Kelly's here because I see her parking her car in the parking lot. And the dedication that you showed to this STEM Academy and to the city and to the school district is just phenomenal. So thank you, Kelly. And I want to say thank you to all of the parents out here for trusting us with your students. So thank you, parents, for trusting STEM and the Corona-Norco Unified School District with your bright students who are all up there ready to graduate. Thank you, parents. And seniors, class of 2025, are you guys ready to graduate? I did hear a no. Well, we can have you back next year. I like to share this story at the end of the year. I've been on the board now 3 years, and my full-time job, as many of you may not know, the school board is not a full-time job, so I do have a full-time position. And my full-time job is I'm a supervising probation officer. I'm assigned to the juvenile hall in a different county, and I'll tell you what, I was jaded before I got onto the school board. Jaded because I was worried about our future. I had seen kids who had made some bad choices, but those were the only kids that I had seen for many, many years. Really, really bad choices sometimes. And so very, very jaded. I got elected to the school board, and I started seeing the kids that were here in our school district, and especially here at the STEM Academy, and it turned my view of the future around. I have hope now that we will do okay, and we will be okay because we are in some good hands with the graduating class of 2025. They are some of the smartest, caring individuals that you will see. These students, I see them volunteering time on the weekends. I see them working so hard and putting so much time into these projects. The science fair projects I got a chance to walk through, and I was, to say impressed is an understatement, because I didn't understand what I was seeing on the boards. It was like, what? Wow, very, very impressive. So I know that we are in good hands with our future doctors, electricians, whatever you want to do. We are in such good hands. Engineers, I mean, the program that they have got here and received here is a great foundation for what's to come. So now I do have the privilege of giving up a couple of awards out. We will be giving up 3 awards for, let's see here, for the Corona-Norco Unified School District Board of Education. We are going to be giving, let me have these 3 students join me on stage. James Glennie. Let's get a round of applause. Sarah Pooh. And Lindsay Young. These 3 students are recognized this year as the Riverside County Office of Education Students of the Month. Congratulations to each of you. Congratulations. All right, up next we have, could I get Tejas Kuritipati? Ethan Lay. And Tina Yang. Come on up to the stage and join us. I am proud and honored to give them the Corona Norco Unified School District Board of Education Student Recognition Award. Congratulations to each of you. Thank you. All right, back to you, Ms. Howell.
Okay, I would like to take a moment to introduce our keynote speaker here tonight. It's my distinct honor and privilege to introduce Mr. Alistair Machoka. Mr. Machoka is the CEO of Southwest Healthcare's Corona Regional Medical Hospital. He has over 20 years of progressive healthcare experience, and while many admire his title, I admire him for a different reason. As a board member of the hospital, I've had the pleasure of observing him navigate some very difficult situations. His humble leadership and drive for excellence to do well by patients is extraordinary, no matter what the conversation is. I am grateful he will be willing to speak to you seniors today. I feel he has a lot of wisdom to lend to you. So take a listen to Mr. Machoka.
And now, please welcome to the stage tonight's keynote speaker, Mr. Alistair Machoka of Southwest Healthcare.
Good evening. You know, I'll go off script for a second and say this is extremely impressive. You know, when I was in high school, I sang in choir, and I was getting goosebumps. I don't know what they were talking about or what they were singing about, but part of me wanted to be part of it and jam with them. So that was really cool, very impressive. So thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Director Kelly Howell, faculty, parents, and of course, the 2025 graduates of Eastvale STEM Academy. It's an honor for me to stand in front of you on this important occasion. So when Ms. Howell actually asked me to speak, I did hesitate for a second. As I stated, you know, it's been a while since I finished high school. Matter of fact, I graduated in 1995. So I am quite old, so to speak. I was never really a STEM student myself, so standing in front of these many smart young people, it's not exactly my comfort zone, but I did take the courage to be here. So I'll get right into it. So I hope that my presence here today is testament to what preparation and opportunity entail. Because while my journey may not have been traditional, it is possible that regardless of who you are, what you specialize in, or your historical circumstances, you can make something of yourself, you can have an impact, and you can change lives. In fact, I'm already aware that some of you are involved in life-changing projects like virtual medical missions that are giving access to healthcare for people in rural Kenya, which is my country of birth. There you go. It's either someone involved in virtual medicine or someone who's from Kenya. Either way, I applaud you. The fact is that at this age, you're focused on making an impact is beyond your local community. It's not only impressive, but quite admirable. It's that spirit of service, coupled with intelligence, dedication, hard work, and passion to be the best version of yourselves that is going to change the world. So I'm going to share with you 3 stories from my life that I hope resonate with you and fuel you as you go into the future. So the first story, STEM changes lives, and I'll tell you how. So my grandfather is 101 years old. He lives in a rural part of Kenya in a place called Kisii. He loves soccer. He spends a lot of time on his chair watching soccer. But the reason for that is because a few years ago, he suffered a stroke that left him partially immobile. He doesn't wear glasses thanks to laser surgery. His TV is powered by solar technology. And because of his stroke, he owns an electric wheelchair that helps him zoom around. Last year, we got him a smartphone. And since then, every couple of weeks, we get on a video call where he gets to talk to his great grandchildren. Now, if you're wondering why this story is relevant, it's because the fact that an old man in rural Kenya has nearly perfect eyesight, a TV powered by the sun, and can cruise around in an electric wheelchair is nothing short of miraculous. Yet, if it were not for individuals like you, the STEM students, who chose to focus on medical-related fields and become ophthalmologists, my grandfather's eyesight would be gone. If it were not for engineers in your field that spend years studying sound and electromagnetic waves to transmit live images, my grandfather would not have the joy of watching his favorite sport on TV. If it were not for STEM and the curiosity to study solar and the energy itself, and now which powers now a lot of rural homes in Kenya, we would be operating with kerosene lamps. If it were not for the geniuses like you that develop hardware and software to make small computers that we now call cell phones, I would not be talking to my grandfather. So what you have been studying matters, and the countless hours that you've spent in the labs doing research, experimenting with chemicals, building robots, some of you coding software, a few of you dissecting rats, or just blowing stuff, is the foundation that will lead to creative innovations. Creations that undoubtedly will improve people's lives in immeasurable ways. And the pathways you've chosen are the reason the world is so interconnected. It's because of STEM and the focus on medical fields that diseases like polio are completely eradicated. It's because of STEM that we have a robot at my hospital that currently does surgeries or assists with surgeries. And it's definitely because of STEM that millions of patients across the world have undergone radiation therapy and finally been able to ring that bell as they complete their treatments. So what you're studying matters, and because of that, you're destined to make an impact. Story number 2. What got you here will not get you there. There's a book written by Marshall Goldsmith that goes by the same title, and the premise of the book is that what you have done in the past to become successful may not be enough to guarantee your future success. In other words, you must continue learning, continue to adopt, shed unproductive, ineffective habits, and work even harder than you have in the past. While I only learned the lessons from this book a few years ago, or rather while I only read the book a few years ago, I've been learning these lessons practically my entire life. So as an example, during my primary school years, which is the equivalent of elementary, I was one of the best students in my grade, and I was often top of class. And for 8 years, I was the darling of the teachers. I was the envy of my classmates. You may have called me a teacher's pet. Now, candidly, if you had asked me back then what I thought of myself, I would have told you I was borderline genius. And then I joined high school. See, in high school, I met other geniuses in every single class. Although I was top of my class in primary school, so was everyone else in high school. My first semester in high school, I actually ranked 39th in a class of 160, and that to me was a wake-up call. You see, I was still under the mistaken idea that I was among the smartest because that's what got me there. And it's only after I doubled down and started waking up early to study did my grades improve and I became a bit more competitive. By the time I finished high school, I'd improved to the top 10%. Now, a similar story has actually also played out in my professional life. My first job in healthcare was what is called a monitor technician, and I worked the night shift, and the only person I was responsible for was myself and my own performance. It was a critical job, but it was a relatively simple job, and I did it well. A few years later, I became a manager overseeing a department of about 80 employees, and it did not take me that long for me to realize that the skills that I used to manage myself were no longer applicable. I was now responsible for the collective performance of a team, and to be successful, I had to learn new things like performance management. I had to learn how to build trust, mentorship, productivity, and holding crucial conversations. I simply actually had to work harder. And then you fast forward 20 years later, here I am, responsible for a hospital of about 1,300 employees and 500 doctors. And how I operated as a new manager is not good enough to operate as a CEO. I've actually had to shift from executing on directives to setting strategy, and I'm actually continuing to seek new knowledge and continuing to work hard so that I can improve my leadership skills. Essentially, what I'm telling you is what got me here will not get me there. So graduating students, the fact is what you have accomplished is extremely impressive, and frankly, it's worth celebrating. However, the reality is you're about to enter an extremely competitive world, a world where there are hundreds, if not thousands, of other STEM students like you from all continents. They too have similar ambitions, they're equally talented, and they're also motivated to make an impact. So do not intimidate it, however, because you have the foundation to be successful. The fact that you're graduating today from one of the most rigorous programs in the state means you possess the skills to be the best. But you must be willing to build upon that foundation. Now that means if you used to study for an hour a day, you may have to make that too. If you're waking up at 7, you may have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. If you're going to the computer lab once a week, candidly, you may have to increase that frequency quite a bit. The bottom line is to become successful at the next level and in life, what got you here will not get you there. You will make mistakes, you will experience failure, and sometimes you'll actually want to give up. But it will be a wild ride. Embrace the challenges, be resilient, and understand that competition breeds innovation. The journey to success has never been without obstacles, and every single great accomplishment is essentially a result of many successful failures. And if I can quote Albert Einstein, a person who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. So buckle up, brace yourselves, and get ready to enjoy a wild ride. Third story, and my final one. You are a product of the village. Aspire to become a village to someone. There's a common African proverb that states it takes a village to raise a child. And essentially what it means is that throughout your life, there are several people that are instrumental in your growth and ultimately your success. So this common saying has actually played out in my life in ways I never imagined I'll share. So at the age of 9, I lost my father. My mother, who was about 30 years at the time, was left to raise 5 children, 4 boys, 1 girl. 5 years later, she unfortunately passed away as well. So my siblings and I had suddenly become orphans. The unfortunate reality for most children that lose parents at an early age, especially in rural Kenya, is that life's hardships often take over, and most of them amount to a lifetime of unfulfilled potential. In our case, however, the village took over. And the village was in the form of my grandparents, who in their 60s decided to become parents again. The village was in the form of relatives, teachers, and neighbors that became our extended family. The village ensured that the 5 of us had a roof over our heads, clothing to wear, food in our bellies, and most importantly, paid for our schooling. The village was in the name of my Uncle Robinson, who lived in Dallas at the time, that sacrificed to get me a visa. And on August 10, 1997, at the age of 19, he paid for my one-way ticket to America, he paid for my first semester of college, paid for a 2-week stay at the YMCA, gave me $80 in cash and said, "You're in America now, make the best of it." My village was actually friends that I made in Houston that allowed me to sleep on their couches for several months before I had a job. My village extended to the first manager at work that gave me a late shift so I could attend classes in the morning. My village was a mentor at work that gave me an opportunity to become a manager, although I was inexperienced at the time. I am a product of the village. Now it's my turn to be a village to others, starting with my grandparents, obviously, who are no longer able to take care of themselves, to make sure that whenever able, I support the education of those that may not be so lucky. I also have to be the village to young graduates that seek mentorship, and by so doing, be a conduit to someone else's success. So graduates of Eastvale STEM Academy, you too are a product of a village. To get to where you are today, it's because someone has made sacrifices for you. I can tell you there's a parent in this crowd who did not take a much needed vacation so you could get a car to drive to school. There's a teacher here who missed their child's soccer game and stayed behind to make sure that you understood the core concepts in calculus. There's a neighbor that has given you countless rides to school or to science symposiums and never asked for a dime. There's a community at church that has kept you in their prayers because they see your potential. So as you graduate and make something great of yourself, remember you're a product of the village. Now, the way the village works is that each member receives from the village and each member contributes to the village. So I have no doubt that you will succeed, but as you do, make sure to pull others along with you. Be a support system to your siblings, your classmates, or those that are coming behind you. And as you travel the world, make discoveries, and accomplish major feats, remember there are others from Eastvale that would love the same opportunities. That as you become adults, become independent, and hopefully with means, remember your parents, your guardians, your school that has molded you, and those less fortunate. So when the time comes, be a mentor, be a support system, be the person that opens the doors for others. Be the village. So class of 2025, as I conclude, congratulations again. Thank you for allowing me to speak at your stall ceremony. And because you chose to focus on STEM, you will change lives. Embrace the challenges and you will find success. And when you do, remember those that brought you along. Now go thee and conquer the world. Thank you.
Please join me in welcoming to the stage the advisor of the eSTEM ambassadors, Mrs. Kelly Sanchez.
Welcome, 2025 graduates. And welcome to the ones supporting you here today, family, friends, distinguished guests, administrators, counselors, and staff. Congratulations, class of 2025. You have so much to be proud of. Let's give them a big round of applause. Not only have these students worked hard to earn the eSTEM stole today, but they have truly embodied what it means to be a balanced scholar. While I'm here to introduce the eSTEM ambassadors, our school's ASB, it would be remiss if I did not recognize just how special our students are in and out of the classroom. There are those who volunteered countless hours, many held jobs, and were enrolled in dual enrollment, getting a head start on their college education. Some were in choir, theater, band, student athletes, all who balanced academics with their busy schedules. And on top of all this, class of 2025, you were a part of clubs here on campus, such as HOSA, FBLA, Key Club, Hospice, STEM Enrichment, Flava, Class Council, Girls Who Code, Makers Club, GSA, and those are only to name a few. You all leave a legacy and a path for others to follow. Let's give them a really big round of applause. And now, ambassadors, I owe you a very special thank you for all your dedication, time, care, and desire to leave a positive footprint on not just the eSTEM campus, but the Eastvale community. Thank you, ambassadors, for leading STEM's traditional events, where hundreds were in attendance. Cultural fair, movie nights, Spook Fest, Expo, Earth Day Fair. They put on kindness campaigns, honored heritage months, did community outreach, and designed and delivered STEM lessons to hundreds of elementary kids. I thank each and every one of you for the legacy you leave behind. I now have the pleasure of introducing two leaders who have revolutionized leadership on our campus. Please welcome Ashna Patel, our Academy representative, and Fabiana, our Commissioner of Campus Culture. Without them, our school would not be what it is today.
Good evening, staff, families, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2025. We are so honored to speak in front of you on behalf of our fellow graduates. I'm Fabiana Bugarin, Commissioner of Campus Culture.
And I'm Asha Patel, your Academy representative.
Asha and I have been dreaming of this moment since our freshman year, and we realized that this wouldn't be possible without the support of ambassadors and Mrs. Sanchez.
She has continued to be our role model for the past 4 years, and we truly owe her the opportunity she's provided for us to become leaders. So a big thank you to Mrs. Sanchez and to all the ambassadors that have contributed to creating such a pivotal experience on our campus for all of our students.
Now let's take it back to the beginning. For many of us, it was our first day back into school, but what made it scarier was that it was now high school. First day fits can be pretty special for all of us, but we each came in with a matching accessory, our masks.
It wasn't easy coming in fresh after a pandemic. We didn't get Roosevelt Rush or Amazing Race. It was all new territory. But even though we were hidden behind our masks, nothing hid our smiles as we enjoy as we turned from strangers to family. And 4 years later, we can agree that we were all mask fishing.
But clearly, we've all had glow-ups. We can also proudly say that we are the first graduating class to have been through all 4 years of the STEM program on our campus in person. That may not seem like a big deal, especially because many recognize our program simply for its beautiful architecture, but it is so much more than that. With the ability to work amongst each other, we've surrounded ourselves in an environment with supportive teachers, innovative ideas, and thriving students. These aspects of our campus are what makes STEM truly ours, and it's what makes us a family.
One of those components that we mentioned were our teachers. They are truly the backbone of this campus, and we are so incredibly fortunate to learn and work alongside them. Not every teacher would help us even write this speech, let alone make us a Google Doc to help us out. So thanks, Mr. Robinson. You were meant to teach seniors.
These teachers put in their all to find something that engages their students even in the midst of our 500 exams. Did you know we have an incredible rapper amongst us? And no, it's not a student with a SoundCloud account. It's Miss Ho. Hearing those bars was truly an experience, and for those of you who haven't felt that, go up to her after this and ask her.
From reading Romeo and Juliet with Mrs. Moulton, Ms. Dergish, to starting our independent SERP journeys with Mrs. Sanchez, they've all guided us through through their wisdom. And while neither of us have had the pleasure of sitting in her class, Ms. Jacob never fails to give any of us a smile every time we walk by. Being placed right up the main stairs, that spot was made for her radiating kindness.
Learning English can be hard enough, so we're more than grateful to have Spanish teachers who make the language natural to learn. Although he decided to try a new experience this year, Mr. Niemeyer, or Profe, has had an impact on each of his students' hearts. From his goofy nature to his love for Brandon Brown, he never actually left us.
Ms. Cortez's students got to enjoy the songs of Senor Woolley, but even better, they got to learn from her. As she goes through this difficult battle, she's overcoming it with strength, and she has the support of each and every one of us. But the support that we give her is nothing short of the support that the staff have amongst each other every day. We all see this every lunch when the math teachers stroll along campus, sharing laughs and lesson plans to create engaging experience at every angle, whether it be factoring or the Pythagorean theorem. So especially thank you to Ms. Diaz, who spread the Austin method created in freshman year and shared it with many students after.
Ms. Renteria's love for Snoopy was as apparent as her love for math, and we couldn't be more grateful. To Mr. Tucker, not only are you an expert at calculus, you're an expert at cracking dad jokes and sharing infinite financial wisdom from Dave Ramsey. Even though that name sounds like a founding father, Ms. Walker told us that is definitely not right. She perfected the balance of teaching history by connecting the modern world to the past.
Mr. Knight, you're truly one of one. Thank you for introducing us to college lectures at 15 years old in order to learn about all the lives of all the Henrys and the Louis.
Mr. Robinson, where do we even begin? From making us dump spoiled milk out of your trash can, to cheering on our caroling Grahams and inflatables, the memories from your class truly represent our senior year.
For most of us, having the opportunity to be taught by Mrs. Niemeyer twice was really an honor. Through Hey Now Science, she put all of her passion into every lesson, from scavenger hunts to glowing plasmids, and inspired a love for biology in every student, regardless of their major.
No one knows chemistry better than Bickle and Bowles, figuratively and literally. By blowing up balloons with fire and making baby pink solutions, Mrs. Bickle showed us chemistry in more ways than we can imagine. Mrs. Bowles' infectious spirit filled us with joy every day, but especially during her Friday song and dance.
Although she's currently with her newborn baby boy, Mrs. Longezo's kind energy and gracious smile supported all of us through our junior year, just like the cages we built for our egg drops. These teachers are truly the backbone of our core subjects, and they've shaped us to be curious of the world and every piece within it.
Many of us came into STEM with a vision for what our future looked like, or rather an interest in medicine, engineering, or computer science. Soon we'll all be stoled with a commemoration to each of the paths that we've chosen, whether it be one we started on or a new journey we never expected. These great accomplishments wouldn't be possible without the teachers who've paved the way for us to be here today.
Although neither of us got to experience the innovation of the engineering pathway, it's safe to say that Mr. Martinez and Mr. Baumgars are exceptional mentors, and we would have been so lucky to have learned from them. We began our high school journeys playing Minecraft with Mr. Baumgars, and for some, that translated to later making robots. Mr. Martinez, we never learned what an Arduino was, but we know that those who did can confidently say you've changed their lives for the better.
Fun fact, I started off in the medical pathway, but at the end of my freshman year, I was inspired by the endless creativity that coding brought and the passion of Mr. Caval and Mr. Usher. The computer science pathway may be the smallest, but that did not stop either teacher from giving their students the best lessons and opportunities. From the Congressional App Challenge to the AP exam performance task, we created apps about cooking to traveling to even learning CPR with music. Both Cabal and Usher allowed us to blend our inner passions with the ever-growing world of computer science. So a big thank you to the both of you.
With the dream to become a pediatrician since preschool, our medical pathway teachers have done nothing but confirm that goal for me. Starting in Mrs. Bowles' class, we learned all the foundations of every system through memorizing bones and muscles and dissecting sheep hearts and whole cats. We then carried that knowledge into whichever upper level field we continued to. With Ms. Vasquez, we became certified as medical assistants while understanding the compassion of a healthcare worker through her Wellness Wednesdays and holiday cookies. Dr. Auld told us about what seems like every disease existent, writing on our hub as if our pages had no bounds, just like she described about our abilities. And through her lead with HOSA, taking our students to international levels, and her lessons in sports medicine, Mrs. Corder trained future professionals to take care of all of our star athletes. All three of these strong women have made an impact on the lives of our prospective healthcare experts who we hope to take care of our community just as they've taken care of ours.
We are so incredibly grateful for all of our pathway teachers, and STEM wouldn't be what it is without them. But we would also like to shout out the teachers that neither of us got the pleasure of sitting through their lessons. We have no doubt that you've made a strong difference in each of the students you've taught. Every one of our teachers fits like a puzzle into the story of each STEM student's lives, and it wouldn't be complete without them.
With that said, a big part of our journey is contributed to our admin, janitorial staff, and security. Each of them leads their role with a care and smile on their face every day. Mrs. Howell, your leadership inspires all of us to be powerful but compassionate. You get to understand each of the students on a personal level, and that speaks volumes to the type of director you are.
Mrs. Bertain, unfortunately, while we've only got to spend 1 year with you, you've been a wonderful addition to our family. With your caring nature, we have no doubt you will continue to inspire generations after us.
From all the 5 billion requests that we asked, from moving the tables to cutting down the trees for today, Mr. Sergio agrees to each one with a nod and a smile. With him and the rest of our janitorial staff, our campus stays as beautiful as it is.
Many of us love to go off campus for lunch, but what we didn't realize about each and every trip was getting to know and love Miss Yvette. All of our security keeps us safe, and for that, we are so grateful.
And another big thank you to our front office staff, especially to Miss Manny and Miss Marlene for putting up with all of our tardy slips. Your work and kindness does not go unnoticed.
Finally, there are two people we cannot forget to thank, our counselors. Ms. Cabal and Ms. Castanon, thank you for the letters of rec and schedule changes, but also for being so patient and understanding with all of us.
Okay, so this past week, or our last week of high school, me and Fabi's combined cry count is probably like 100. It means the world for us to be before all of you one last time. It's always a funny feeling when the day you've looked forward to for so long finally comes, but you wish that it was still 4 years away.
We are fortunate to be such a tight-knit group that makes leaving so hard, but we couldn't be more excited for the journeys that each of you are about to embark on. As a class, we've made more memories than we can count, running together to reach the gates after senior sunrise and going to a drive-in movie after senior sunset.
Lunch was a special time to get to know each other, but for many of us, that happened at 85 Degree Bakery. We always had a sea salt matcha in hand and a jalapeno bread in the other as we laughed about the number of times some of us went. It became a second home for us, so much so that we celebrated our last day of high school there, sharing a piece of coffee cake and cheering about our last visit together.
Our last week of school was filled with tears, laughter, and serenades during office hours. The majority of us spent our last office hours in Mr. Robinson's room, where we sang songs and cried our eyes out, realizing that this was one of the last moments with our family that we've grown to love. It was an indescribable feeling as we hugged and signed yearbooks, knowing that we would be going our separate ways.
However, it was filled with pride for each other, knowing that our futures were just starting and each of us was going to do amazing things for the world. Not many graduates look back on their high school days and wish they could relive those moments, but we would in a heartbeat. We've made lifelong friends here, and we can say that with confidence that these connections feel as strong as family.
Speaking of family, we have to thank you, the family. To all the parents, grandparents, siblings, and guardians in the crowd, you hold this accomplishment just as much as we do. From driving us every morning to staying up late to listen to our practice presentations for SERP, you stand by us at every moment.
Your love and support drive our motivation to become better people every day, regardless of what path we're going on. Words can't express how much appreciation we have for all of you, but just know that we wouldn't be able to receive these stoles without you today.
And finally, to the class of 2025, we leave you with this. As you approach your new journeys into further education, the military, or the workforce, we encourage you to do it with purpose and passion. There's a saying that if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. But we think if you do it surrounded by the people you love, you are destined for success. Let their support drive you to accomplish your own dreams, remembering that they'll be with you every step of the way.
And finally, this past month, I asked many of you to write a piece of advice for other students, but we wanted to leave you with the piece of advice that our advisor recently told us. Remember to see yourself the way that others see you. There are people out there who recognize your value and your impact, but it's meaningless if you don't see it too. After roaming these halls, we can confidently say that each of you have a bright light within yourselves, and don't let anyone dim that.
Congrats once again. We love you all, and we can't wait to see what you accomplish. We did it!
And now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
I'm gonna go a little bit out of order since these ladies are still up here. Let me see here. So I get to pick two students. I'm honored to pick two students every year for the Director's Award based upon their contributions. And I really look at students that contribute to the culture of this campus, that are not only academic leaders, but they're creative, they're supportive, and honestly, they kind of run the school. So if you haven't figured that out, that's these two ladies right here, Miss Ashna Patel and Miss Fabiana Bugarin. Got it. So just a quick snippet, because I know we're over time, but the first recipient, Miss Patel, is a student that's shown more maturity than most adults I know. Beyond her academic achievements, her commitment to community service and devotion to our campus has been irreplaceable. She served on the Riverside County Youth Advisory Council, the Eastvale City Youth Council, our eSTEM Advisory Council, and as an ambassador commissioner. She also has inspired our campus by leading the cultural fair event on our campus to celebrate the diversity of our students and community, and that has been a foundational celebration here, and I hope it continues as she leaves. So I already know she's done succession planning. So your integrity and compassion is extraordinary, and your leadership is wonderful, and I'm going to miss you at our advisory committee meetings. All right, so this is for you, Ashna.
And now they always say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
And Fabiana, you have been amazing, continually striving to build teams. I've noticed that about you on campus. You've served as a commissioner for 2 years, and you've been an intern in our communications department for our school. She's led so many teams on our campus, and you can tell that's a strength of hers. She's put her heart and soul into creating this welcoming campus, and we're going to truly miss you. Thank you for everything you've done.
And now they always say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how
All
to
right.
vacation.
And now I have the honor to just introduce to you a few students. Come on up, students. These are our salutatorians of Eleanor Roosevelt High School. 6 salutatorians, and you know, we have a valedictorian and a couple other sals from main campus, but we are so fortunate that Eastville STEM Academy is able to produce this many. And it's really not us, I'm gonna be honest, it's them, it's the families, it's the teachers. Come on up, guys. So Yuhan Zhang, Ashley Zhang, Abhinav Saram, Sidingu, Anand Dai, and Jubilee Yu. Come here. These students are going to go forward into their colleges, and they're going to represent us so well. And you know, do you see how they're like, okay, I'm going to stand up here? That's how they are all the time. They're just like, send me to work. I'm going to go do my work now. The recognition, they appreciate the recognition. But to be honest with you, they're all about the work and getting things done, and I appreciate that about them too. All right. Stole time? Stole time! Best part of the night! Okay, are you doing yours first? Okay. So we're gonna start off with some ambassador stoles here, and I'm gonna hand it over to Mrs. Sanchez.
So we have Isabel Kim, Commissioner of Logistics. Lindsay Young, Commissioner of Academics and Outreach. Commissioner of Engagement and Enrichment. Sarah Pooh. She's part of our Academy Rep Committee. Emily Lee, part of our Academics and Outreach Committee. Manal Khan, she's part of our Campus Culture Committee. Steffi Jibikale, she's part of our Academy Rep Committee. Jonathan Yang, part of our Campus Culture Committee. Matthew Barrios, part of our Marketing and Production Committee. Fabiana Bugarin, she is our Commissioner of Campus Culture. And last but not least, Ashna Patel, she's our Academy Representative Commissioner.
We are going to start off with our medical pathway students. Come on up. And then the pathways after them, just come up straight behind them so we don't have a delay, please.
We'll get started with our medical pathway. We have Isha Vallegas. Yisin Yang. Shana Balu Murugan. Megan Sim. James Glennie. Om Mishra. Allison Xiao. Jaden Kim. Roman Heron. Carson Paiva. Sophia Alamo. Karina Gill. Shreya Sandir. Shreya Ranjan. Elise Abraham. Ashley Duarte. Sydney Lassame. Efe Yeboah Dankwa. Yuki Sao. Lily Witten. Cassie Wright. Sophia Cepeda. Vanessa Hamond. Ayana Windros. Lucy Munoz. Angela Nguyen. Reina Diaz. Alexi Cedillo. Kiana Yoon Horak. Sophia Prater. Kaden Choi. Madison Hollenbeck. Sonia Nanu. Akhtar Sahi. Angelina Zhang. Ishika Patel. Rahul Ranjan. Madison Corrales. Kevin Asbell. Madeline Sims. Ethan Lay. Sienna Lee. Elena Pacheco. Mason Esteban. Tao Fan. George Hanna. Mark Padilla. Peyton Hong. Rodolfo Correa. Justin Gubaldin. Caleb Geiser. Agman Singh. Benjamin Dang. Neve Babani. Mit Patel. Dev Raturi. Rachel Kong. Elaine Rabo. Jersey Rucker. Jacob Harige. Julie Vu. Melina Padua. Katarina Fidel. Jasleen Graywall. Harleen Riot. Mia Martinez. Katie Nyo. Ariani Budianto. Chukumozo Ma. Noor El Malki. Princess Zayn Riley. Umaka Uday. Brooke Unaka. Kendra Napier. Sierra Obinwanmi. Derek Richardson. Vienna Bennett. Charlie Jordan. Yana Mateo. Bailey Wing. Ray Koo. Anais Dueñas. Sophia Tran. Dana Chang. Cindy Shuang. Hao Young Wing. Sienna Santola. Ashley Zhang. Abhinav Siram. Anand Dai. Sitingu. Jonathan Yang. Minal Khan. Isabel Kim. Tejas Kurtipati. Ashna Patel. Alejandra Cervantes. Lindsay Young. And that concludes our medical pathway.
We will now begin the stoling of our students in the engineering pathway. Jay Nair. Dominic Yanez. Diego Lopez. Jordan Hemus. Esteban Morales. Lucas Bott. Rudra Patel. Pranay Velma. Kenya Tiscareño. Christian Vargas. Noah Padua. Andre Avina. Daniel Khan. Lucas Wright. Lexi Wright. Leanie Nguyen. Vincent Pham. Jeffrey Mendoza. Andrew Mbugwe. Jacob Araneta. Gurharjot Singh. Kaylee Holguin. Yashvi Sa. Max Wagner. Ashlyn Adiva. Sydney Arcega. Alyssa Goes. Aaron Alonso. Jaden James. Sean Huang. Nathan Wynn. Nicholas Garati. Haley Banuelos. Peyton Jimenez. Alyssa Jones. Damian Eusebio. David Dispo. Ryan Doty. Ariel Hernandez. Aiden Bate Avis. Ian Anongdeth. Aiden Moore. Gotham Krishna. Matthew Barrios. Andy Dang. Dylan Dip. Sarah Boo. And that commences our stalling for our students in the engineering pathway. Please give them a big round of applause. We'll now begin the stalling of our students in the computer science pathway. Chloe Lirio. Sindhu Kalavakuri. Yu Han Zhang. Abigail Romero. Brandon Chan. Claire Song. Christopher Lensday. Aldo Hernandez. Nathan Kunanen. Akechi Ezekwe. Steffi Jibikile. Ethan Tran. Jason Alfonso. James Zhang. Emily Wang. Rishi Vithlani. Alina Talreja. Jeffrey Chen. Josh Lamb. Jacob Wu. Zoe Ma. Daniel Yu. Arav Mehta. Brian Wang. Tristan Wong. Thomas Zhao. Joseph Pham. Madeline Rife. Alice Kang. Stephen Moe. April Pan. Emily Lee. Crystal De La Paz. Jubilee Yu. Devin Wang. Wayne Lee. Anderson Guan. Fabiana Bugarin. And that concludes the stoling of our students on the computer science pathway. Please congratulate all our seniors.
Okay, wow. I I want to do a big thank you to our counselors for reading off all of those wonderful names. So please give them a round of applause. Thank you all for joining us tonight in the Stole ceremony. Please make sure you take advantage of the photo opportunities. We have screens back here, over on the side, and then another one behind the building. We love seeing all the beautiful photos of our family and our students. This concludes our event for the night. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you once again for joining us for our 2025 Stole ceremony. We encourage you to enjoy the photo booths and the other activities surrounding our campus. Congratulations, class of 2025, and have a wonderful night.